Hello and welcome to the Bahamas. So we're here at the Riu Palace, Paradise Island. Now there's a lot of different places you can stay when you come to the Bahamas. We chose the Riu because it's an all-inclusive and there aren't many all-inclusives on the island, which means that even though now it's very early in the day, soon people will be coming down from their rooms to flood the hotel pool, swim to the swim-up bar, eat from the 5 restaurants, and have some Caribbean jerk chicken from the Caribbean Jerk barbecue stand outside. Plus, you can't beat these beaches.
So after checking in at the lobby, we went up to our room, which was a junior suite with frontal sea view, and there was a lot of room to lounge inside, and there was also a balcony with a great view of both the pool areas as well as the ocean. As for the rest of the hotel, there were shows each night at the Calypso Lounge that explored the local culture. And oftentimes those shows would stay up on the stage, and sometimes they would just pop out into the crowd, which was always a fun little treat. There were food and dessert at 5 different restaurants, and there was also an all-you-can-eat buffet that was available from morning until around 10 o'clock at night, if that's what you're looking for. And we had cappuccinos every morning at the coffee stand, and quite honestly, multiple times throughout the day. My favorite spot was the Caribbean Jerk chicken stand, which is where I spent most of my lunch days, and we were also able to have drinks at the pool thanks to the swim-up bar. Now, we were partial to the dirty bananas, which were rum, bananas, cream, and some chocolate. And there were 2 pools, one with the bar that overlooked the water and a more relaxed area for people who wanted a little more low-key setup. One bonus about the resort was the proximity to the Atlantis, which was only a 10-minute walk, and you could check out their aquariums, water parks, and more. Now, there's a lot to do on the island, and we're going to cover just a few of those things now.
Our first stop is the historic Grey Cliff Hotel. Now, this location has gourmet food, hand-rolled cigars, and the 3rd largest wine cellar in the world. Yes, you heard me right, the 3rd largest wine cellar in the world. We're gonna check out the food, the atmosphere, and that wine cellar.
So we started off with one of their signature cocktails, and then we headed to the wine cellar with our sommelier Gino, who told us all about how you should select a great bottle of wine.
So when you're going to a restaurant and you want to order a nice bottle of wine and you're not sure what you want to have, it's always best to talk to your sommelier or waiter, giving them ideas of the style of wine or the typical taste of wine or flavor of wine that you may like, so they can best recommend the type of wine for you. Because you want your experience to be great and you don't want to waste money pretty much on something you may not like. So hopefully they have the experience to be able to help narrow down your flavor palette and profile to best help suit you with your order of your wine.
Armed with that knowledge, Gino led us on a tour of the rest of the wine cellar where we ran into some expensive bottles of wine.
So one of the rarest wines that we do have in our collection is the 1927 Rudesheimer. It's from Rheingau. It's one of the oldest registered bottle of wines left in the world. And this is the last one of this particular vintage, 1927 Rudesheimer dessert wine. And that is priced at $200,000. It is the oldest one that we have on our list.
Sadly, we did not have that bottle of wine with lunch, but we did have some great food and wine that was so good.
Wow, that is so good.
Yes, the wine actually was very good, and we had great soup, excellent steak and fish, a cheese plate, mango sherbet, multiple desserts, and yes, more wine, compliments of Gino. Next up on our tour, we walked to the on-site cigar factory. Now, the tobacco in this factory comes from different countries, but all of the cigar rollers are from Cuba. And the tobacco here ages for 6 months, and different leaves are used for the wrapper and for the filler. Each cigar roller makes about 120 to 150 cigars per day, and it was really interesting to watch people so skilled in their craft make these cigars. There's also a chocolate factory here, and we were able to see how each of the flavors are made. And more importantly, we were able to taste both the fresh chocolate as well as the finished candies.
The SpongeBob banana. Oh wow. Oh, that's good.
Our final stop on the tour was the Historical Center, where we were able to see artifacts from the island, tour a historical storefront replica, and learn a little bit more about the history of the Bahamas.
So that's the Grey Cliff. We had an excellent lunch. Gino, our sommelier, told us everything we ever wanted to know about wine. We're able to see how the chocolates were made, watch the cigars being rolled, and we're even able to learn a little of history on the Bahamas and their center they have here. So when you're in the heart of Nassau, feel free to check out the Grey Cliff. They have 2 blocks of everything you want to do. It's a great way to experience the history of the Bahamas, a great meal, and a great experience with the staff here. Next up, we're going to go a little more low key and check out the Luna Distillery, and we're headed there now. Next up on our tour is the Luna Rum Distillery, which is a little more relaxed than the Grey Cliff. We're going to explore some really good local rum, see how the process is done right here in Nassau. They started out as a rum cake maker, and now they make really nice rum. Let's go check it out.
The Luna Rum brand was actually launched to actually pair with our Tortuga Rum Cake franchise. We've been making the Tortuga Rum Cakes in the Bahamas since 2005. Now, since we launched the cakes, we've always been importing rums to glaze our cakes. The cakes are always made locally, but we used imported rums to glaze them. In 2017, beginning of 2018, we started the initial plannings to actually build our distillery. We said we've been making the cakes all this time, why not produce our own rum as well?
So that's Livingston, who was born and raised in the Bahamas and is now the head distiller here. And they do all of the fermentation and distillation on site, where they use molasses, sugarcane, yeast, and water. They get their molasses from New Orleans, and they don't use any heating or cooling since the climate here is ideal for rum production. That mixture is sent to a metal tank where a small circulation of water outside the enclosure keeps the rum at the correct level. Next, the mixture is sent to the still, where it's boiled to purified into a vapor. That vapor is then cooled, which allows the purified alcohol to be collected as the liquid rum we all know. Altogether, it takes up to 3 weeks for this all to happen.
This is our Luna Signature blend. It's actually an award-winning rum. We got a bronze medal in the 2021 USA Spirits Competition. So it's quite crafted from Kentucky bourbon casks that we use to age it. So this is about a 2-year rum here that we have. So it's actually a quite very special blend for us.
We were able to sample that rum, and Livingston was right. It was really good rum.
So that's the Luna Rum Distillery. Make sure when you come to the island, you go slightly off the beaten path to check out the only Bahamian-owned distillery in the entire island. You get to hang out with Livingston, the lead distiller, try some great rum cakes, and you even get to meet people like Donald here, the local distillery cat. Make sure you come check it out when you're here. So there are hundreds of islands in the Bahamas, and there's a ton to do. We're not going to be able to cover it all, so I just want to go over a few things you may want to check out. First off, you can check out the Atlantis. It's a giant resort with water slides, aquariums, a ton to do for the entire family. There's also Arawak Cay, where they have the fish fry. You can get some great local conch and conch salad. It's a fun place to check out for some food and really explore some of the local settings. There's also Exuma Island, which we unfortunately did not get to visit ourselves, but heard from some people staying here that it was their favorite part of their trip. Just one of the many beaches you can either take a quick boat ride to or a quick plane to. And on Exuma, you can choose to swim with the pigs, swim with some dolphins, or just stay up on shore and have some drinks and food with your friends. It's a great place to stop and visit while you're in the Bahamas. So the people of the Bahamas have been amazing. We've loved our trip. We felt safe the entire time. Just a couple things to watch out for. First, if you're going to book one of the jet ski tours that they have on the beach, make sure you book through your hotel or an authorized agent. The people that are on the beach doing the jet skis aren't always the most reputable. Second, if you're getting into a taxi, just make sure it has one of the official yellow taxi license plates in the front. All the fares are set by the government, so make sure you just check in and say, hey, how much is this trip gonna be? And at the end of that trip, make sure you give them a tip. 10 to 20% usually is great. So that's our trip to the Bahamas. Unfortunately, today is checkout day, so we have to head back to the States. But we loved our time at the Rio, had a great lunch at the Grey Cliff, enjoyed our time meeting Livingston at the distillery, seeing how rum is made locally here in the Bahamas. So make sure you come down and visit, get off the grid, try out some of the other islands. There's hundreds here. Make sure you try a few of them and enjoy your time in the Caribbean.